Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I want to bring you my Predator's Mark build video. I've been saying that I'm going to make this build for a while now, and ever since 1.4 came out, I've been grinding to get this build as min-max as I possibly can, and I think I'm at a point right now where I'm pretty happy with where the build is. I'll talk about some small things that I feel like need to be changed, but this build is one of the best if you are running an SMG or an assault rifle. In my opinion, it's going to be super strong for countering shotgunners. This could be even used on console. I'll show you guys a cool little tactic you can use to counter shotgunners, although I intend to make a video in the future on how to properly counter them. I do want to show you a build that I think you guys might find really helpful. Okay, so what I am running with this build is a MP5 ST and a LVOA C. Now, if you don't know, the LVOA is a assault rifle with one of the highest rate of fires for an assault rifle in the game. It's up there with the Police M4, and the MP5, in my opinion, is one of the only viable SMGs in the game currently. Now, I rolled this MP5 like 20 times to try to get Brutal here. I think Brutal, Deadly, Vicious is like the holy trinity if you're going for the most amount of damage. But unfortunately, like, I rolled it like 6 times, couldn't get Brutal a single time. So we have Responsive, which still isn't super bad, considering you're going to be really close up into their face with the SMGs. And with the Tactical Link, I'll show you guys that you can just completely melt. So let's go in with what I have on my MP5 ST. So you want to get crit chance anywhere you can. I have a reflex sight that has 7% crit chance, 6% headshot damage, 4.5% optimal range. The optimal range helps because it basically makes the max amount of damage of my SMG increased a little bit longer over a distance. For my suppressor, which I think suppressors are super strong in 1.4 since they have the same amount of attributes as like anything else. Like before, it was kind of pointless to get a suppressor because the reduced threat was an actual stat that took up a slot. Now it doesn't anymore. It's like a stat that's added on top of it. So 6.5% crit chance, 2% accuracy, and headshot damage. So you guys are seeing crit chance and accuracy is kind of what you want to go for on these attachments. For my underbarrel, I have stability and accuracy. Stability helps a lot when you pop Tactical Link and you're shooting your MP5 at like over 1,000 RPM. It helps you control that a lot. Also optimal range for, once again, to make it a little bit stronger at a longer distance. For my extended mag, I have 114% mag size, 3% crit chance, and 5.3% rate of fire. Rate of fire on SMGs is super important because you want to put as much damage out as fast as you possibly can. So for my secondary, I'm using an LVOA, which I use at medium to longer ranges. Obviously, I'm only using my SMG up close. And for my hollow sight, I'm using crit chance, once again, stability and optimal range. You guys are going to see a pattern in this. You want to get as much crit chance on your attachments as you possibly can. 15.5% headshot damage, which is huge for an assault rifle. You're going to be outputting so much more damage. 3% crit chance, 2.5% stability. My underbarrel, I'm running also stability because the LVOA has a insanely low amount of stability. This thing kicks like a goddamn mule. So make sure you guys get as much stability as you possibly can. The crit damage also helps a little bit in the accuracy. And for my magazine, I'm running 111% mag size, 4% crit hit damage, and 5.5% rate of fire. Now, if you can get crit chance instead of crit hit damage, that's going to be a lot better, but that's just the best that I've found for that. And for my sidearm, I'm just using a X45, which is the stronger pistols with Expert and Brutal in case I ever have to like finish somebody off. So I may have to cut the video here and there because I'm super sick, as you can hear in my voice. Like, it's even worse than it was a couple days ago. But I'm going to try and get through this build because I really want to start working on some other builds. But I seriously think that this is one of the strongest builds in the game. So we are running 4 Predator's Mark. We are running Specialized Backpack and Savage Gloves. If you don't know what that means, we'll go through it here in a second. So on my chest piece, I'm using Predator's Mark, which you always want to have armor and exotic damage resilience as major attributes. I have it spec'd in stamina, And ammo capacity is super important too, because ammo capacity is in a better place than it was, but you can still get low, especially if you're going on manhunt. So make sure to get ammo capacity there. If it has increased kill XP, I would just scrap it unless everything else is perfect and you can roll that. So for all your mods on this build, you want to do armor. That's kind of how the meta is right now. Everyone is just putting armor on everything since it's so hard to hit the armor cap. But you want to have armor. You can get decent mods. I have a really good stamina mod here with 267 armor. I also have a firearms mod that has 263 armor. So you want as much armor on there as you possibly can. Now, depending on how you want to balance it, I am going a little bit more of a tankier DPS build, but if you want to go glass cannon, I would get a lot of these rolled into firearms rather than stamina. Alright, for my mask, I am running crit hit chance as a major attribute, 3.5%, and 15% disorient resist with firearms. So this is pretty good. You can also have exotic damage resilience here in the major attribute. It's kind of a toss-up. I'm not sure what's better, to have 3.5 crit chance or to have 10% exotic. I'm actually starting to lean towards the exotic damage resilience here, considering like grenades hit a lot harder than they used to, so that might be something that I roll in the future. But for right now, I'm just running crit chance because you want to get as much crit chance as you possibly can on this build. I'm running stamina knee pads here with armor, burn resist, disrupt resist, blind and deaf resistance. I would really like to have shock resist here because shock turrets seem to be not like super overused in the dark zone, but I use one myself depending on the scenario. But they're pretty strong, and having that 30% shock resist is super helpful. 263% armor. You can see there was like an armor mod for sale that I just ended up using a lot. And first aid, self heal, which is what you want to get on most of your stuff. Also on my mask, I forgot to show you here, just another stamina mod with armor on it, which that can be better. I could get a better mod to put in that slot. So for my backpack, I am using Specialize. Now, if you don't know what Specialize is, basically it gives from 200% of your firearms and stamina to your skill power. So it ended up giving me, with the amount of firearms and stamina that I had, it gave me about 20,000 skill power. So this talent alone is giving you 20k skill power. I have it rolled 996 in stamina, which is one of the higher rolls, and you want armor, and then one of these attributes, it doesn't matter. I think burn resist is a little bit better than disrupt resist, but that's going to help as well. And first aid, ally heal, I have 2 of these because I'm using self heal, or I'm using overheal, which is mostly self heal, so that first aid, ally heal is going to come in handy. And then once again, firearms mod that has 263 armor, so you want to stack that armor as much as possible. Now you can do reckless if you want to do more damage. If you're doing more of like a glass cannon build and you want to output as much damage as you possibly can in a short amount of time, then you could switch this out for reckless and then get a regular Predator's Mark bag. But in my opinion, I think Specialize is really good. The extra 20k skill power gives you so much more on your healing and also helps your skills out. So for gloves, I am using none other than Savage, which has the highest roll in firearms, which is really good. It has SMG damage, crit hit damage, and crit chance. This is one of the old gloves that I had. I didn't have like a good one from 1.4 that I've found yet, but for right now, like, I think Savage is pretty important. 7% crit chance against targets out of cover is very, very strong, and I think it can help you out without putting more damage. And then on my Predator's Mark holster, obviously you want armor and then decent rolls. The electronics here is really low, but I think my other Predator's Mark holster here is 988, which only brings it up like 3k, so it's not a huge deal there. Okay, so let's have a look at my character now. So my crit chance on my, or hold on, let me take my primary out first. So the crit chance on my primary is 35.5%, which is pretty good. That's obviously getting inflated by 10% because of Vicious, but you also got to remember, if you're running Pulse, you're going to have higher crit chance than that. It's also going to up your crit damage as well. Headshot damage, 62%. And with this build, I'm actually pretty tanky. You're going to see here my max health is 156,000. My armor is 57%. Anywhere near close to 60% is a pretty good armor percentage to have. It's very hard to get there, but you will, as long as you put armor on everything, all your gear, which I hope they change in the future. I hope you don't need to build armor in every slot, because that kind of slows down the whole point of having variety. So overall, like, this build is super, super strong. I'll show you guys some different talents you can run, or some different skills rather. But what I'm running is critical save, combat medic, on the move, and one is none. This is obviously what I use when I play in groups. If I'm not playing in a group, I would take, I would take combat medic off and probably put in something else like, I don't know, tactical advance. Tactical advance is really strong right now. Basically, you can just run cover to cover to get extra damage. Or you could do Battle Buddy too instead of Combat Medic. But I think Combat Medic is really, really strong considering you have less ways to heal your team now. And having Combat Medic is giving you that extra little boost of team heal that might, completely change the fight in your favor. Okay, as far as skills, you can run a couple different skills. Pulse is obviously one of them. You could do damage pulse, but remember, when you're PvPing in the dark zone, you always want to have one tactical and you want one scrambler. Now, that means that if your team has, somebody in your team has tactical scanner already, then you switch to scrambler, or if you're playing solo, you might want to switch to scrambler just in case you have to get out of harm's way. You can also run a shock turret, which is the strongest counter to shotgunners, because obviously shotgunners have to get close and into range with you. So let's say, for example, that cone right there is a shotgunner, right? If you're running shock turret and you have your bleed on your predator's mark, which is huge because you're going to slow their movement, all you have to do is put the shock turret down in an area like this where they can't shoot it until they pass a certain point. The shotgunner is going to have to go like this, and either he's going to try to shoot you or he's going to shoot the turret. If he's shooting the turret, he's wasting ammo in his shotgun to shoot the turret, which will still take about 2 shots to put it down. And while you're backpedaling and shooting like this, you can honestly, with the bleed and the shock damage and like the fact that you're going to be able to light them up when they're stunned, you can do a lot of damage to shotgunners. And I think even though it's going to be a little bit harder on console, I think this will be a really good counter tactic to use. Now, obviously, if you're sitting here and you're farming NPCs and you get flanked, there's not much you can do about it, but that's why you want to keep, your eyes peeled no matter what part of the map you're in. Always watch your back. And if you're playing with a group, make sure someone's running pulse and constantly checking behind you guys. That way that doesn't happen. But shock turret, you'll see in my videos that I've been playing recently, shock turret is really strong. I don't think it's OP because you can kill them super fast. So like unlike the flame turret, which is really strong right now, like the flame turret's super tanky, the shock turret you can shoot in just like maybe like a quarter of a magazine and kill it really fast. So that's why you want to like tactically place it around the wall and just play your own game. Don't play the shotgunners game. Don't run up in their face and start hip firing your SMG and be like, oh my god, I got one shot at shotguns are OP. No, play to your advantage. Know that you have more range than they do as shotgunners, and make them push past a certain point in order to try to get in range to one-shot you, and you'll be able to shock them and do tons of damage. Obviously, if it's a whole group, it's going to be a little bit harder, but if it's a whole group, I don't think it really matters what gun they're using. You're probably going to die. And you can also use, like, if you want immunizer for your team, whatever is the best for your team. Now, I use Tactical Link with this build because, you can melt so hard with, like, the MP5 or really any SMG in this game, since the thing that they're lacking is rate of fire, right? Now, let me show you guys the rate of fire on the MP5. Okay, the rate of fire on my MP5 right now is 842. Now I'm going to use Tactical Link, and then we'll look and see what it is. Alright, so we're going to look here. It's 1242. So, like, Tactical Link is super, super good for SMGs, and I think it's, like, one of the better, ultimates in the game right now, and it's super helpful, although, obviously, you don't want your whole team running it. You want people running different stuff, since you can't stack the same ultimate anymore for, like, another, like, 15 seconds or something like that. But I hope this build helped you guys out. If it did, be sure to drop the video a like. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will play some gameplay with this build now, so you guys can check it out, and you guys can see if it's something you'd be interested in. Now, this is a build that can be used both in PvP or PvE. Either or, it does fantastic with the enemy armor damage on the assault rifle and stuff. So I think you won't have a problem either way. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Yeah,
they're right there.
They do no damage, by the way.
I see him.
They do some damage, but the guy that was
One sniper on the right, Slippery. Don't go that way.
Got one.
One's down.
Down. Dead. I'm nading it. Get ready. Push, 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 push.
Down.
Another one down.
Another one here on the left.
Dano da porra, é isso?
One right at the back.
Yep.
It's the shotgun guy, I think.
I'm gonna stay back.
What was the shotgun guy's name?
Here's the shotgunner here, I think. I'm lighting this guy up. Down.
Down. I'm bleeding. One
Player,
more.
player, player. I see him. I see him.
I'm bleeding. I need a heal.
Good Slippery, stay alive.
Yeah, I'm good. I still have my nomad to proc.
Yeah, just stay in front, Slippery. Be a nuisance. I'm nading. Slippery,
Where'd
can
he
you
go?
try to face tank to the right? Go, go. Push to the right,
Is
Slippery.
he in the tunnel?
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
Oh, what was that?
I got a heal going out in
Is there a
front
guy
of you guys.
behind us?
No.
Now in front of us.
I'm bleeding.
Watch out, he
So.
has a sniper, I think.
I'll go down, Slippery, stay alive.
I'm good.
Go ahead. Push, 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 push.
Top defensive for you guys, push up.
First guy's almost down.
Down.
Slippery, you gotta try to get in that fight if you can. There's the shotgunner right there. Shotgunner with the hat. With the hat.
Down. They want road. Road.
Down.
Super.
Down.
Down.
All right, this way. Come on, let's go. Got a shock
Sure,
turret.
you're alone.
They
so
threw
you
a
know.
shock thing at you or wherever the fuck that was.
Careful. Careful. Heal me.
Carrega, porra.
Heal,
Ah,
heal,
te rodando,
heal,
te rodando, te rodando.
Oh.
I'm being shot.
I got two.
Ah,
Dude, they're so undergeared.
Yeah.
Alright.
Careful, NPCs.
Alright, nice. Got him back. Yeah, I think that. I don't know if the NPC shot me or he just did.
Probably the NPCs.
Alert. Supply drop currently being claimed.
Damn, we had a supply drop near us. Probably should have went for that. Oh, let's
Supply drop claimed.
Nah, it's all good. We got one at least, it's all matters.
go this way.
I got pulsed again.
Yep. Concealing.
There's probably they spawned here. Yeah, look.
Oh, right here in front of us.
He's down. No, he's
Another
not.
one, another one.
Nah, it's shit procs.
Careful, it's the bug. It's the bug. It's the bug.
Wait.
Wait. Don't shoot him. There we go.
There you go.
ai, se fuder, rapaz.
Good job. Yeah, when
One
that
more,
bug
one more.
happens, just stop shooting. There's no point. They're invulnerable.
Been shredded.
Back
This
up,
one's one
Jay.
on him.
Back up. I'm going around the right.
I'm here with him, he's out.
Okay. Shoot him.
Supply
Oh.
drops will expire in
Got someone else.
30.
I need a heal. Bleeding.
What's on cooldown?
Dude, maybe the Banshee set's making people try PvP more. Not that like the people we're playing are gonna have
No,
any
I
fun
don't.
doing
Are
that.
these guys running banshees?
Indicate this
Maybe.
area is
Yeah. Possibly.
nearby supply drop is currently being claimed.
Oh, out. They're out. They're out.
Again?
Yeah.
No way, dude. These guys are persistent as fuck.
By another agent.
I mean, I'm cool with PvPing, but
Attention.
These guys, they're not. It's not PvP though. It's just them dying.
Leaving contaminated area.
Like, look at that.
Yeah,
The guy
he
just
didn't
falls
even-
over.
He
Bodies,
died
bodies.
before he even, like,
Fence, on the fence, on the fence.
that's it.
shredded.
I think that guy has a shotgun, dude.
I'm gonna chase him.
He put
Alright,
down.
careful.
Shot.
Yep, I'm going around. It has a small radius, don't forget. I'm getting shot in the back.
Got it.
I think this is a one-way. Oh, I'm getting shot.
Alright, I'll get this guy. You turn around and help Jay. Help Jay.
Almost down. I got him.
Alright, let's go,
Let's
somewhere
get away
else.
from that church thing, dude. They keep spawning there.
Yeah, I'm running low on
Yes.
ammo.
Yeah,
Go
it's
this
fucking-
way. Go this way.
We're gonna have to start using my MP7.
We can't go through Q building because there's still NPCs in there and we'll get sandwiched. Just come this way. Wish EMP nades destroyed turrets like they should. They do. They disable them. Yeah, dude. Like if you throw an EMP grenade at a turret, it'll disable
Pulse.
it for like
They're
5,
behind
6
the
They're
seconds.
church
behind
again.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
just get
spawned
get
here.
away from the. We'll fight them away from it. I don't want it to look like we're just camping outside the safe house, and that's not the.
Oh, we have Midtown. Shit.
That's fine. Just.